Hey everybody, and have you ever looked around your DVD and Blu-ray collection and noticed how varied it is in terms of packaging? Which might make some viewers ask, Ed, why are you so interested in physical media when you can watch all of these films on things like Netflix and Disney Plus? Well, we may now be living in the age of streaming, but now more so than ever have encountered the dangers of going all digital. More so delistings and content removal. Best seen recently with the HBO Max situation, the closure of the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U eShop, and Disney Plus removing content just for the hell of it. Showing that while digital media is more convenient, at the same time is more vulnerable as the servers won't stay up forever, and that one day, the only way to watch this kind of content will be to join Captain Jack Sparrow's next swashbuckling adventure. But that's why physical media like DVD and Blu-ray will always be relevant despite dwindling sales. Plus, the video quality's better as they're not compressed by the internet. But one problem with them are that the discs themselves are prone to being easily damaged. And don't even get me started on those pesky dual-sided discs. So it's a no-brainer to produce keep cases leaving the content safe and sound. Yet you'll be surprised by how easy it is for manufacturers to screw up such an otherwise basic concept. That's right, boys and girls, we'll be looking at various types of DVD and Blu-ray packaging today. Doesn't that sound fun? I'm not gonna cover video games in this case, as they're not really that different design-wise, aside maybe the PS2 and GameCube for having memory card slots, handheld consoles being smaller yet still do more or less the same thing, and before we move on, let's give an honorable mention to the Xbox One cases, as the console logo is painted on the case itself, and for every time you open it up, where did the game go? Oh, it's there. Let's take a typical keep case for a standard movie here. A nice rectangular case, and when you open it up, a place to put your disc in with a punch ring to keep it in place, and press in again to catch it out. With holders for paper inserts, whether for showing the chapters, or most likely ads for the distributor's other films relating to the film. Does anybody even use these anymore? Perfect design for everything it needs to accomplish, the disc holders will vary and can require more force than others though. The color of the plastic will usually be black or clear, whilst it's completely up in the air for something like a kids movie. But what if you want to add another disc? You could either add in a disc flap or have it on the other side of the plastic. Again, great for what it's set out to do, although the flap can leave you paranoid if it scratches the one behind it, especially if it becomes loose. But what if you want even more discs for something like a box set for a TV show or movie compilation? Now things become interesting. Whilst the flaps are still used every here and there, each disc having its own keep case for some reason, or use slimmer cases for each season or something, most likely the disc will have free real estate on all sides, while some cases are slimmer than others for a box set with around 4 to 8 discs. But if it has a lot of discs, there are these chunky boxes. While convenient and can hold plenty of discs for its size, the plastic can feel a bit on the cheap end as I noticed bits coming out and the disc spine holder not sticking to the case itself. Kinda disconcerting at first, but can make sense as if they did stick, the case would easily break. So at that point I would have preferred that they use the slimmer cases. Or it would be like some box sets or magazine subscriptions and have separate cases for each volume with panoramic spine art when put together. They may be an investment for shelf space, but makes for a nice display piece and conversation starter. But TV shows can be interesting for how it tells consumers which episode is on what disc. At least with movie compilations, each separate movie usually has its own disc. But if you want to watch a specific episode of a TV show, you can check at the inside of the case, the discs themselves, the booklet, or be like the South Park and Rocko's Modern Life box sets and not show an episode guide whatsoever, despite using transparent plastic, meaning that you either had to look up the episode number online or go through each disc until you find the episode you wanted to watch. But that pales compared to the pain of taking out the disc from the Dragon Ball Z box sets. Whilst the episodes themselves are awesome, taking out the disc from its holders is something else. Though the holders on the left aren't too bad, the rest are agonizing to use. It feels like pushing your finger through a nail, and half the time it almost feels like you're about to snap the disc, and is made even more of a torture device when you sometimes have to get out the disc buried behind it. I honestly wouldn't be too surprised if these ended up in the next Soul movie, and it makes you ask, why didn't they just use the holders from the left? Man, I really ought to calm myself down after that. So let's look at some keep cases with a uniform look to them, as for instance, the Disney DVDs from the 2000s. I'm highly nostalgic for these cases, with a nice blue plastic shell, Disney DVD logo oozing out to the bottom right corner, and neat Steamboat Willie security sticker on the side. But when you open the case up, you're greeted with a nice colorful label of the disc below a printed Disney DVD logo to know that this is a Disney DVD, not to be confused with a Lionsgate DVD. In fact, when Disney entered the DVD market, they also changed out the packaging here in the UK to be in line with the DVDs and also has a Mickey Mouse symbol on the side where you open up the case. But I really liked the clear packaging before it with the inside cover advertising other films around that time period and takes me back to a time when The Fox and the Hound was about to release on video. I didn't even exist when that happened. So the new VHS cases are neat, but at what cost? But those were the DVDs from my childhood. Here's one I bought quite recently. This is depressing. Yet the most notable uniform packaging design is Blu-ray. With a blue, sort of transparent plastic case and a body tattoo of the format, Blu-ray has a great case. Though there can be rule breakers here and there, they tend to be special collector's editions. While the covers can lose real estate on the case as opposed to DVD, and can understand why those would miss the variety of the case colors, please remind me not to hang out with you. I feel the more compact packaging is significantly better, at least for shelving, and look to the case helps give it more identity. I also did notice some cases removing the header, giving more space for the packaging and cover art, but that's more for collector's editions. For 4K Ultra HD cases, they're more or less the same as standard Blu-ray, but the case is black. Of the two I have, one of them uses a slimmer case I believe is more common over in America, and while it does the same job, the slimmer plastic can feel a bit flimsy in comparison. You can use it to fan yourself on a hot day. But the other one I have is near identical to a standard Blu-ray case here though. I'm also aware Blu-ray's no stranger to terrible packaging with a lot of collector's editions, but I don't really have any of them, so I guess it's like a blessing in disguise at my end. But the closest to whining about it is Cartoon Saloon's Irish Folklore Trilogy box set with The Secret of Kill, Song of the Sea, and Wolfwalkers. First of all, I am really grateful Wolfwalkers has a physical release. It's a great film and all, but then you realize it's held hostage by Apple's mediocre streaming service. So far, the packaging looks nice, feeling like a traditional book, where the art cards, poster, and booklet sandwiched between would have been easier just to put them next to it and make the holder slimmer. You open it up to see a gorgeous artwork, and the film spreads out well, but the disc holders suck! It's not too bad getting them out, but putting the disc back in? It's misery to readjust the holder to keep the disc perfectly in place, as the material itself feels like a mushier equivalent to paper straws. As painful as the Dragon Ball Z holders are, at least they kept the disc in place. I get being environmentally friendly and conservative with the film's woodland aesthetics, but look at something like the Avengers Blu-ray set and first few Simpsons seasons. They accomplished the same job, but to have plastic layers stuck to the cardboard to keep the disc secured and in place. It's also fun lining the disc up with the artwork. Like seriously, I doubt these things will suffocate a sea turtle. And in relation to cardboard, what the hell is this? The cardboard DVD holders, a flimsy and terrible way to hold your discs made by the devil himself. Take the later seasons of The Simpsons for instance. The discs are hidden in the sleeves and you have to dig in just to catch a grip of the disc and pull it out, scraping the cardboard and likely hitting the other parts of the cardboard and smudging the disc with your finger. Whatever happened to laying them out in an easy to present and use fashion? I can understand using cardboard sleeves for singular shovelware DVDs given away for free in the newspaper, not a 22-episode season of a multi-million-dollar TV show. My friends do fare better, but not by a significant amount. In this box set, each season has its own birthday card, which is pretty convenient, but the disc can be susceptible to flying out with no lock in place, also scratching the back of the disc again, and the box set itself is a ridiculously tight fit for the cases, no thanks to this useless hernia, the episode guide, making taking out a season from this box set feel like pulling a Fruit Loop off your toe as if it were a ring. The episode guide may be cool for fans of the show, but made completely pointless and flat out wasteful when the episode list is on the back of each season anyway, making me feel that more sorry for the Lorax and the tree that got chopped down making this booklet. Now I believe Wall-E also did this when that first came out, and with its environmentally friendly messages, and with its packaging in general wanting to be more green and eco-friendly. I get it, but the reality with this packaging is that it's going to be more wasteful than with using the standard plastic cases, as you're likely going to throw the cardboard packaging in the bin and buy empty cases to put the little orphan discs in. So well done for saving the planet by causing more damage to it with these stupid design choices. Wait, why am I talking about Friends? I'm not even a big fan of the show, so nuts to you guys, I'm going back to my actual best friends. However, there is an inescapable trend in recent years with DVD and Blu-ray. One I withheld throughout the video. Look away and turn on the video, as I now discuss the horrors of the close-up covers. Why is this a thing? Usually with DVD covers, they would either be copy-paste of the main poster, or use different artwork complementing the film, but this kind of packaging has become more commonplace recently. This is a lazily put together cover of the film with the title, color barely associating the film, and restraining order worthy close-ups of the main protagonists. With my recent rotoscoping animation, the poster I think does a reasonable job promoting the film, but would you really want the main cover of a DVD release to look like this? Didn't think so. Now to be fair, the Disney ones here in the UK aren't too bad, the characters aren't that in your face, and the holographic slipcover's kinda cool making it feel that more premium, whereas the rest, you know. With kids movies, I can somewhat understand trying to get them and their parents' attention standing out from each other, and you can still somewhat decipher what the movie's about, but things go too far when they spread to live action movies. Like, how is this any different from this? And lest we forget the iconic moments line from Warner Brothers and later Universal. These have covers that have a random prop from a certain film and accompanying quote. Cool? It absolutely fails at marketing the film, and unless you're a big movie nerd, there is no way you're gonna figure out what the movie's about. And even if you know, it'll most likely spoil the movie for you. Some make sense for the ones they're promoting, but not so much for others. Take the Shawshank Redemption here for instance. Judging by the cover, you'd assume that this is a prison drama, and you'd be right. Here's the iconic moments cover. This hammering quote tells me nothing. Thankfully, these are just slipcovers, so you could just take them off and just have the standard cover the way God's intended. But why do so many DVDs and Blu-rays in general need these slipcovers? If it were for a special edition, okay, but it just causes more work than necessary taking it out, opening the case, then taking the disc out and putting it in your standby player. If you say it's there to protect the key case, please, they've been around since DVD itself, they're doing just fine. And that was the wide and wacky world of DVD packaging, and also Blu-ray. I'm also aware there are more kinds of packaging out in the world that's equally neat, useful, and also stupid. So in conclusion, whilst the DVD and Blu-ray keep cases are fairly standardized throughout the industry, manufacturers can occasionally think outside the box to make their cases stand out from others, and be cute with the films they're basing them off of. Whilst neat on paper, 9 out of 10 times they can make things harder than they really need it to be. And as the old saying goes, if it ain't broke, for the love of God don't fix it. Thanks for watching.